Hey everyone! Today we're going to be talking about science because we love science and environmental science is such an important aspect of it that we couldn't not mention it. We want to talk about some of our favorite things in environmental science, which actually end up being some of our favorite things in all of science. So let's get started. When people think of science, they tend to think of images like this. Someone in a white lab coat with glasses peering through a microscope, while someone else runs around hitting a bunch of different buttons and levers, trying to create something cool. But science is more than just what happens in labs. In fact, science can happen anywhere at any time. Scientists can be anyone. You don't have to be wearing a white lab coat to make a scientific discovery. Anyone who uses critical thinking skills and makes observations to better understand the world around them is doing science. And environmental science is no exception. Environmental science is the study of how the environment works. It's an interdisciplinary field that combines elements from biology, chemistry, geology, physics, and even social sciences and the humanities to study how the environment works and how humans interact with the environment. There are so many aspects to environmental science, and each one is fascinating in its own way. Let's look at a few of our favorites. Ecology is the study of the relationships between living organisms and their physical environment. Ecology looks at the interactions between organisms and each other, as well as the non-living components of their environment. Ecologists study things like food chains and food webs, predator-prey relationships, population dynamics, and community interactions. What would happen if there were fewer predators in an ecosystem? How do plants and animals interact with each other and with the non-living parts of their environment? What happens when invasive species enter an environment? These are just a few of the things ecologists study. Ecosystem services are the benefits humans get from ecosystems. They can be direct, like the food and raw materials provided by forests, or indirect, like the water that forests help purify. Forests also help mitigate climate change by absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Even the way that forests and other green spaces look can improve human mental health. In other words, forests provide a lot of services that humans need to survive. That's why it's important to understand what factors can affect these processes so we can work to protect them. Environmental policy focuses on the development and implementation of laws, regulations, and policies designed to protect the environment. This field is concerned with how humans use natural resources and the impact that these uses have on the environment. Environmental policymakers must consider the economic, social, and environmental impacts of different policies and make decisions based on the best available scientific evidence. One major focus of environmental policy is on reducing the amount of pollution in the environment. Pollution is any substance that negatively affects the health of humans or other living organisms. Reducing pollution helps to protect the environment and public health. Policies that limit the amount of pollution that can be released into the air, water, or soil are essential for creating a cleaner, healthier planet. Another major focus of environmental policy is on conserving natural resources. Natural resources are materials that are found in nature and can be used to meet human needs, such as water, forests, and minerals. By conserving these resources, we can ensure that they will be available for future generations. Policies that promote sustainable forestry, agriculture, and fishing practices are essential for conserving natural resources. Natural resource management is focused on the use and protection of natural resources. It's concerned with the efficient and sustainable use of resources, as well as the protection of biodiversity and the environment. Natural resource managers must balance the need to use resources with the need to protect the environment. This is often a difficult task, but it is essential for ensuring the long-term sustainability of our planet. One of the biggest challenges in natural resource management is the conflict between economic development and environmental protection. As developing countries grow economically, they often place a greater strain on their natural resources. This can lead to deforestation, overfishing, and other environmental problems. However, it is possible to develop economically without degrading the environment. By promoting sustainable practices and investing in renewable energy, we can help developing countries meet their economic needs while protecting the environment. Another major challenge in natural resource management is climate change. Climate change is having a profound impact on the environment, and it is already causing changes in the availability of natural resources. For example, rising temperatures are leading to earlier snowmelt in the Arctic, which is affecting the habitat of polar bears and other wildlife. To address this challenge, natural resource managers must take climate change into account when making decisions about how to use and protect natural resources. Conservation biology is the study of the factors that cause species to become extinct, and the ways we can prevent extinctions from occurring. It's an interdisciplinary field that draws on principles from ecology, genetics, evolution, and environmental science. Conservation biologists study the factors that threaten species and ecosystems and develop strategies to protect them. They work in a variety of settings, including universities, government agencies, and non-governmental organizations. Conservation biologists play a vital role in protecting the environment. By studying the factors that cause extinctions, they can develop strategies to prevent extinctions from occurring. This pollution poses a threat to the health of humans and other living organisms. By understanding the risks posed by pollutants, we can develop strategies to protect ourselves and the environment. The demand for environmental scientists will continue to grow. This is because as more and more people move into urban areas, they're putting a strain on the natural resources of those areas. This is leading to problems like water scarcity, air pollution, and a loss of biodiversity. We hope you enjoyed learning about environmental science. If you did, be sure to check out our other videos on science. We have a ton of videos on everything from physics to chemistry to biology. We also have a playlist of our favorite science experiments. Thanks for watching.